يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, my dear sisters in Islam. In today's society, we find that sadly, it is easy to become affected by the secular mentality of freedom, where life is all about me, myself, and I. More and more people are becoming comfortable with choosing which aspects of Islam they wish to adhere to, whilst indifferently rejecting the rest. This mentality is especially witnessed during Ramadan, where some may temporarily wear the hijab, whilst others may choose to pray or abstain from prohibited relationships, only to return to these actions once the month is over. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Baqarah, verse 183, that the very objective of Ramadan is for us to attain taqwa. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. O you who believe, fasting has been prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, so that you may attain taqwa. But what exactly is taqwa? Taqwa refers to a state of consciousness, where one constantly feels the presence of his Creator, obeys his commands solely to attain his pleasure, and avoids disobedience, not only out of fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but also out of love for him. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz radiallahu anh once said, Taqwa is not achieved by fasting the day or by praying the night, and it is not achieved by mixing the two of them. But taqwa is leaving what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made haram, and by doing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made fard. And so, sisters, we must realize that this freedom to choose for ourselves which actions we are willing to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in, and which we disobey Him in, are at complete odds with taqwa, the very goal of this blessed month. This Ramadan, sisters, we need to hasten to turn our backs on the secular value of freedom, and instead fully submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our Creator and the Lord of all that exists, in every action that we do, and continue this for the rest of our lives, inshaAllah. This is by no means an easy task, especially when living in a society that holds freedom as paramount, and one that constantly pushes the "you only live once" mentality. But let us draw motivation from our predecessors, the great women of the past, who demonstrated taqwa beautifully. Abu Dawood narrated that Aisha radiallahu anh mentioned the women of the Ansar, praised them, and said good words about them. She then said, when Surah Nur was revealed and the women heard the ayat relating to the hijab, they immediately tore down their curtains, took them, and made head coverings of them. Subhanallah, sisters, this is the level of obedience and devotion we should be aspiring to achieve. These women understood that to be a believer means to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all matters, and that we are not free to follow our desires. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Nur, verse 51, إِنَّمَا كَانَ قَوْلِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِذَا دُعُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ لِيَحْكُمْ بَيْنَهُمْ أَنْ يَقُولُوا سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. The saying of the faithful believers when they are called to Allah and His Messenger to judge between them is only that they say, we hear and we obey, and such are the successful. And so, sisters, I pray that this Ramadan, whilst the shayateen are locked away and the gates of Jahannam are closed, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, increases rewards many times over, and the gates of Jannah are opened, I pray that we all hasten to truly submit to our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where we hear and we obey, and emulate these great women of the past in all that we do, in Ramadan and beyond it, so we too may be of the successful and of those who attain them. Jazakallah khairan for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
رمضان قد أهله بالصيام وأطل مصعدا أهلا وخلا ليته في كل حين.
رمضان قد أهل بالصيام